In this video, we're going to be changing out the front brake lines on the 2004 Harley Ultra Classic. The brake lines, I noticed the other day when I was washing the bike, are totally rusted, and for a few dollars, it's not worth me risking my life on the road to try to get more life out of those brake lines. The last thing I want is the brake line to let go when I need to do an emergency stop. So let's get on that. It shouldn't be a difficult job, but then again, stuff happens, right? All right, let's go do this. First thing I'm gonna do before I do anything with this bike is I'm gonna see if the bleeders will break loose on this. So we take off the cap. So on this, it happens to be a 3/8 wrench, and let's see if we can break these loose. And we're just gonna leave it open, let the brake fluid drain. You're gonna do this on both sides to make sure that these work. Using my 10mm socket, we're gonna loosen these brake lines. And if the wire for the front fender light, if it's attached to your line, which most likely it will be, you got to cut these ties off. You're going to see a bolt here where it breaks off to each caliper. Remove that bolt. It's just a mount bolt. Just holds it in place. That hose travels up through here, goes all the way up, right, and then to your master cylinder. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to disconnect it here. Now this line, I know it's difficult to see, but you should be able to pop it right off. And there's washers on both sides. If you want to know how to remove the switch, just check the description area. I'll have a video for that down there. There's a link. Now we can remove the screws. And you got to remove the screws on both sides. Sometimes removing this cover can be a real pain in the butt, talks. And sometimes it's easy. Today's not going to be, oh, no, she's coming out fairly easy. Now that we got the cover out of the way, this zip tie has to go too. Bye-bye. No more zip tie. Now, this should be able to slide right down and out. All right, now we can remove these hoses. Take a washer off and your bolt with the washer on it. Set it aside. Now I want to show you what I was talking about. See that rust on there? It isn't like ready to let go, but it's got enough surface rust on that hose that I am not confident in that hose anymore. And what I'm worried about mostly is what's underneath here at this connection. See how it's all, I want to say deformed. It's not the way it used to be. So I don't want to risk it. Not for $100-some bucks. I don't want to risk dying on the road. You know what I'm saying? Just not worth it to me. All right, let's go to the other side. Remove that hose. Try not to get the brake fluid on the paint. Whoops. You can see both sides are in pretty bad shape. Well, they're rusted up enough to concern me. So what I'm using is the Russell stainless steel brake line kit. This is what they look like. It comes all in pieces. Makes it easier to install, really. We're gonna feed this up through where it came originally. Come on, there we go. We're gonna take the bolt, we're gonna remove the old washers, and we're putting these new washers that came with the kit. So one on the outside and one on the inside. It's gonna go through there, and then washer on the other side. And then that goes into the master cylinder. So hopefully I can show you this better here. Washer, hose, washer, bolt. Going to finish tightening this down. So we take the manifold, put it right in the front one here. There's two on each side and one on the front. So this line going to the master cylinder is going to go right on the front. Let's leave it loose for now. We take our lower brake hoses, right? The one's going to the calipers, they're both the same. I'm going to get one started. And then we do the other side. So now that we got all three lines started into the manifold, take our screw and we just screw that back up in there. And now we're going to make sure it's lined up correctly, or where we want it. And we're just going to tighten it down. We take our 3/8 and we snug that brake line going to the master cylinder first. Next, I'm going to put that cover back on. Okay, put this back in. We're going to run this brake line over to here, put the washer through, put the bolt through the hose, put the other washer, and that goes right in there. Go ahead and tighten this one up. And then that goes on there. We take our wrench and we tighten the last line. So now we close up the bleeder screws, just snug them up, both sides. I'm just gonna pump the brake up. I'll start with the right side because it's easier for me. Since I'm right here, I'm gonna open, squeeze the brake lever, close it. I'm just gonna keep doing that until I get fluid. It's gonna take a while to do this. You just gotta keep doing it. Okay, once you got that all set, go ahead and put the cover on. So the only thing left to do now is zip tie the fender light wire to the hose, and we are done. So once you're satisfied with the brake feel and there's no air in the system, you are now done. All I'm going to do now is wash the bike. I hope the video helps you. I'm sure I'll get some comments on it and the way I did it, but it's done. I'm going riding. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.